This to me is the second best category. Best supporting actress. Best supporting
Wait,
actress.
best as in what? Like competition wise?
No, no, well, it's most exciting, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Like it's the
And
second biggest, like second closest race.
it's the most unpredictable race, I would say, even more so than Best Actor, because of Amy Madigan winning at the Actors Awards. It's because Tiana Taylor won at the Golden Globes. It's Wumi Masaku winning at the BAFTAs. The three big awards, the precursors to the Oscars, you get three different winners. And Kalshi right now has Amy Madigan as the favorite at 52%, Tiana Taylor at 27%, and Wumi Masaku at 21%. The third place nominee, right? The third place in terms of like ranking here, 21%. That is exponentially more compared to the rest of the categories we talked about so far. And I'll tell you, I'll lead off because I know I've been throwing it to you every time. I'm going to say will win. Wumi Masaku. I'm saying
Wow.
will win the Oscar. I'm saying
Wow.
the person with the third best odds, and I'm saying who should win is Teyana Taylor. And I've said that from the start, from when I saw one battle after another. I think Wumi Masaku, she won, right, the BAFTA. Usually the Actors Awards are probably a better indicator of who's going to win if you're just going by, the actors and Amy Madigan. But I look at Amy Madigan, she starred in Weapons. How many other nominations does Weapons have at the Oscars? What do the Oscars think of Weapons? And that performance, she's only in the movie for literally 20 minutes. In the third act of the movie, explosive, awesome. And I could say the reverse about Teyana Taylor, who's only in the first 25, 30, 40 minutes, maybe, of one battle after another. Wumi Masaku, she's sprinkled about in Sinners, but she's throughout the movie for the most part. She is the late stage, nominee that really wasn't getting a lot of shine. But I look at the 16 nominations. I look at the split from Madigan and Taylor from the other awards. I'm saying Wumi Masaku will win Best Supporting Actress.
If you look at the people that are nominated for screen time in this category, and the three people, William Masaku is 19 minutes and 33 seconds, 14% of the movie. Tiana Taylor, 17 minutes, 26 seconds, little under 11% of the movie. Amy Madigan, 13 and a half minutes, little under 11% of the movie.
That's a great stat.
Thank you. I care about the Oscars. I'm going to disagree with you. I was nervous we weren't ever going to disagree on this pod for who will win. I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win. I don't think Sinner, like I've been saying, I think one battle's stronger. I think Tiana Taylor will win over Wumi Masaku, but really? I'm going Amy Madigan. No, I am. Right. I am. I think there's a reason why they're
the genre
from Weapons only nomination, and it's because she's going to win. I think because I know that this is weird. This is again Oscars chaotic where they're hypocritical and things are crazy because you say, "Oh, Weapons is not a strong movie." Right, but then again, Oscars love villain performances.
I didn't say. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean it has been nominated as much as others. I personally think it's awesome. It's my third favorite movie of the year.
Right. I just think Wumi Masaku can still be looked at and say she can win one day. She
really.
Yes, I do think so. I think people can look at her that way, and also I think people will look at Michael B. Jordan and say, "Oh, we could put him as a win." Right, but is Sinners that much of a powerhouse of a cast? Right, I guess it won at the ensemble at the Actors Awards, but guess who won last year? Conclave. Like we could debate all day with that, right? So I think Wumi Masaku is in third place. I think Tiana Taylor should win, by the way.
I think should win, and I think also who I'm rooting for is Teyana Taylor because I've been on that bandwagon since that movie came out. Her campaign seems like it's dipped big time.
It has dipped since the Golden Globe, right? It was like it's dipped since then, and then the Rip came out, which she was on the campaign, so she had a hot streak there in January, mid-January, but it felt like it's dipped, right? It feels kind of off. She hasn't been out there as much. Amy Madigan, though, has been out there, and she has the great speech at the Actors Award, which was 4 days before the final of the Oscar voting on March 5th.
Great walk-up.
The walk-up with the Weapons, right? And again, Weapons was a phenomenon at the box office. Everyone recognizes, right? And again, it was a transformation role. We didn't know it was Amy Madigan when we saw the movie. And it was a villainous role, like we just talked about with Sean Penn, right? Again, I said it was a big hit from Weapons, right? She had a great speech at SAG with the walk up. She Field of Dreams, American movie. I know of international body, but again, people will look back at that. Her comments on the book burning back in the day, and they'll be like, "Oh, Amy Madigan. All right, if we're not going to give it to Stellan Skarsgård or like Ethan Hawke, like we could give it to this older actress here, right?" I think this is a tough one. This is the toughest call of the night. I'm going to be saying Amy Madigan.
This is the most fun to talk about, hands down. And Wumi Masako, I told you, just because the nominations and I think the momentum right now for Sinners, when we talk about Sinners getting all those nominations, I think it's going to steal a few categories. I think this is one that it could steal. And Amy Madigan, I guess it could be like the Elder Statesman gets awarded. This would be one because when I look at this category, it's good for the Oscar viewer that's a cinephile. It's not great for like when you look at Best Actor and you got like Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, Ethan Hawke. It's like big name after big name, Leonardo DiCaprio. This one is more like you don't know necessarily who is going to come out with the Oscar, but no one you're really attached to. So that is a reason why you could see maybe an Amy Madigan getting it, because you're not pissing anyone off, and you're giving it to someone that has been through the ringer, has been nominated, but decades ago. Great story to come back and actually win an Oscar. I think if you're going to get somebody that gets the Elder Statesman Award, it would be here because there's not much star power compared to the other categories.
Yes. And I'm going to make an argument where you could say the same thing for Skarsgård, but I think the star power of Sean Penn overdoes it. Where I'm going to say here, if we're going to have this battle between one battle after another and Sinners, right? You have to think about the voting system, how they actually vote at the Oscars. They go 1 through 5 for nominations or whatever, right? And if you are a Sinners fan and you want to see winners win as much Oscars, you're going to put Masako 1 and then Teyana Taylor 5, right? Or vice versa for One Battle and Sinners. But who's going to be your 2? It's going to be Amy Madigan, right? Or 3 at worst case. So she's going to have more top tier votes, more, tallies, where it's not first place votes. Whoever has the most total tallies, right? Whoever has the higher tallies, right? In that tier. Hopefully that makes sense. You following me there, Doc?
I am.
So I think Amy Madigan's
like first, second, third place votes. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right, exactly. And I think Amy Madigan's is going to be in that higher echelon because of this Sinners versus One Battle battle. Again, lack of a better word. I think Amy Madigan's going to stay there. And that's why at plus 100, 52%, that's my favorite bet of the night.
Wow, Amy Madigan is. Wow, I like this. This is going to get more interesting because usually we're simpatico. We're thinking the same way. This is the first time we are going against the grain. Like it's Ricky Flex versus Dr. O. And I love that. I will have this on my whiteboard behind me while I'm watching the Oscars